So the plan today was to go out and do 4 hours on the bike, but it's like -2 outside. As you can see, there is plenty of frost. And look, to be honest with you, after my crash the other day, I'm not too keen about going out in the ice.
I'm feeling so fine, looking so nice. We gotta get away, get away, get away, get away.
Quick training update. I'm not going to go out and do 4 hours on the road today because I think it could be a little bit sketchy with that ice. So instead, what I'm going to do is an hour and a half this morning on the indoor trainer, and then this afternoon I'm going to do another hour. So instead of doing one long 4-hour ride today, what I'm going to do instead is split it up into 2 shorter but more intense, more specific indoor trainer sessions, which I'm going to do on Zwift now. As much as I love training on Zwift, nothing beats going out and training on the road. But on today's like today, what can you do? There's no other option. The forecast says it's going to be -2 up until 12, but the problem is sunset at this time of the year is about 10 to 4, so that only gives me 3 hours and 50 minutes. Bearing in mind that there's absolutely no ice at 12 o'clock, which there probably still is in shaded areas. Like I found out the other day, this is the best option for today.
But it's busy forever. I hold your hand in the rain. I feel your touch. It's golden. Makes me floating today.
So for this morning session, I'm doing a few tempo intervals. As you can probably tell, I've just completed the first one. Can anyone tell me what this little logo means? This thing right here. It kind of looks like a bone, but I just got that at the top of the climb, and I had a blue jersey for about 5 minutes. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments down below. My initial thoughts was it was the KOM, but I only got second up the epic KOM climb, so it can't be the KOM leader. Was it a KOM podium maybe? I don't know. If you know, let me know. So check this out, I'm just doing my recovery between intervals, and I've just been overtaken by this massive group. There must be about 50, maybe 60 people in this group. And the cool thing is they've all got matching kit. I would love to do this one day where we get our own kit so we all stand out. That would be so awesome. Just riding with these guys, it just makes it look so cool. Alright, just coming to the end of this first training session of today. I've done about an hour 35, so I'm going to do 10 more minutes, just easy riding. Nice and easy to cool down, to give me an hour and 3/4, which I think is quite impressive for the turbo trainer. There's no way I would have done an hour 45 on the turbo, staring at a wall. So for today, I'm thankful for Zwift. Alright, there we go, 1 hour 42. So after doing 2 hours on the turbo this morning, there's quite a bit of heat coming out of this now. It's quite hot. This is the side of cycling that a lot of you don't see. The recovery element. This is normally quite hard for me. I hate sitting around doing nothing. But on days like today where I'm doing a double training session, it's so important that I rest up and get my feet up and recover. So that's what I'm doing now. Watching some YouTube videos on the TV. So there seems to be quite a mixed response to yesterday's vlog where I was talking about wearing a helmet to the cafe, and I said I was going to start wearing a helmet to the cafe to set a good example for the younger viewers, and because it's probably the right thing to do. This has seemed to have caused quite a bit of a split. A lot of people are saying just don't wear a helmet, it's only 100 meters away, and other people are saying well done. And after delving a little bit deeper into the subject, I noticed that about 30% of my viewers are from Australia. Now in Australia, it is the law, it is compulsory to wear a helmet at any time riding a bike. Whether you're riding for 50 miles or 50 meters, it's the law to wear a helmet. And I think that's the cause here. A lot of you guys that are saying that I should wear a helmet are from Australia, and that's understandable. So I'm going to respect that, and for now, I'm going to wear a helmet when I go to the cafe. We all good? Just going taking the dogs for a walk, but as we all know, dog walks are relatively boring. So to make things a little more interesting, I've got my bike in the boot, and it should be a little bit of fun. So I'm actually at a quarry, I think it's called Hunters Hill Quarry. It's just a local place near me where you can walk the dogs. And today I'm going to ride the bike here because there's a few cool trails. I don't actually think you're allowed to ride bikes here. So don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. This is why I didn't train out on the road today. It's 3 PM now and the ground's still iced over. Nah. So I've just come across this little kicker here. I'm gonna try and jump it, but the run up, I think it's gonna be a little bit hard. The run up's like on an angle, but we'll give it a go. We'll try again. One more go. One more go. He's still got it. Woo! And that concludes today's dog walk. Look what I found. Look what I have found. I found my old helmet. If you didn't watch yesterday's vlog, then you won't know that we put up these helmets here. I'm putting up all my helmets in a chronological order from my oldest helmet down in the left hand side of the room there, down to my newest helmet, which is on the right hand side here. Now there's only 3 helmets. I've owned 4 helmets, but I only could find 3 yesterday, so we only put 3 up. But I found the 4th helmet. So I'm just about to do my second training session of today now. I'm not going to film it because it's another session on the trainer and there's only so much of it I can take to film and you viewers can take to watch. So I'm just going to spare you this evening's training session. But what I will do after training is I'm going to talk about why I'm doing a double training session today as opposed to one longer training session. So I'm not going to talk too much and get into too deep a conversation about training at this moment in time. I'm going to do a separate video on that where I talk about all my training, what particular training I'm doing at this time of the year. We're in December now. You might be thinking to yourself, what training do I need to do in December? Should I be doing hard intervals? Should I be doing long base miles? I'm going to cover this in a separate video. But what I'm going to quickly mention now is about double training sessions. If you watched yesterday's vlog, I did 2 training sessions yesterday, and obviously today I did 2 training sessions as well. You might be thinking to yourself, why Cameron, why do 2 training sessions as opposed to just do one long one? And the answer is simply variety. It's just a way to mix up training and it's about finding what works for you. For me in particular, double training sessions really are effective. They're really a way that help me improve and make me fitter and make me a better bike rider. My personal logic and sort of theory behind double training sessions is, as opposed to doing one 3-hour ride with intervals throughout that 3 hours, the quality of effort in your first interval is not the same as the quality of effort in the last interval. You might be super tired by the time you get to the last interval and you're not able to hit your numbers correctly. Whereas if you split that day into 2 training sessions, in the morning you do a few intervals and all the intervals you do in that 1 hour and a half will be quality intervals. Then you've got a day to recover a little bit, and in the evening you can go out and do the other hour and a half and do the rest of your intervals. That way at the end of the day you're still getting the same amount of riding in and you're still feeling the same training benefit. But the idea is the quality of training will actually be better because you've allowed yourself to recover a little bit in the middle before finishing the efforts at the end of the day. I hope that makes sense, and I know for everyone it might not work like that, but for me, I found that works for me. That's not to say that you shouldn't go out and do a 3-hour interval session. I do, because it's also important to train on fatigued legs. That way your body becomes more resistant to fatigue, and also towards the end of a race you're going to be able to withstand that effort a lot better if you've been doing intervals with tired legs. There's a time and a place for everything. It's just about variety and it's just about managing managing that variety. So I hope that all makes sense, and I'm sorry if I just talked forever there, but if you take something away from this, then that's a positive. So thanks for watching, guys. Please smash that thumbs up button, and I'll catch you tomorrow.